beside me, kicking back, reminiscing on the good days. That's where you'll find me. And I hope I ain't losing myself again, but right now I think that I might be. Pick myself up and I just go again. There ain't nothing that be stopping my dream. I'll take you anywhere, anywhere you wanna go, just tell me something. In this life I'm only needing one thing, and I think that might be you, my dear. I'll take you somewhere where the sun shines bright from the day to the night time. Hope you hear me loud and clear, cause I think I'm lost without you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Yeah. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello. Let me just double check. I feel like I was. Yes. Okay, the sound was not working. Okay. I think the sound should be working now. Let me just double check. Yes, there we go. Right, we are good. Sound is good. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, it all sounds good for you. Sorry about that. But yeah. Anyway, let's jump into it. Okay, we're gonna, of course, take a look at what is going on within Bitcoin at this moment in time. We're going to take a look at, of course, the long trade that I am currently in. We're going to take a look at what we can kind of expect for Bitcoin in the near to midterm future. Okay, because of course we had this really, really nice rise to know now is this, rise going to take us possibly back up to all-time high, or is this just another lower high for a bigger pullback and a bigger correction. So yeah, of course, those are the things that we are going to be discussing in today's live stream. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Of course, subscribe as well. If you are new to the channel, turn the bell notification on if you haven't already, so that you never ever miss another live stream. But enough of that. Let's jump into the charts. Let's take a look at what's going on, and let's take a look at what we can kind of expect. So to start with, I just want to start with like the context, right? The context of what has happened. So yeah, as you can see here, I am in a long trade, and of course we will talk about this long trade. We'll talk about why I'm in the long trade, and the next levels I'm kind of looking to take profits on that trade, because I have actually taken profit off of that trade now. But basically, the context is very simple, right? Context is very simple. We have been ranging now for a very, very long time, okay? Previously, we did actually take a long from the range. Was slightly that we pretty similar trades. Okay, so back here, the context was right. We had lots of shorts opening up at the low. We had lots of fear in the market, right? Priced from the failed auction. We had lots of trap short traders at the low. Okay, they were forced to cover, meaning that they have market ultimately pushing that price higher, right? Here, we didn't really see that, okay? We saw the failed auction, right? And that's what I traded, okay? But what we didn't see, right, was the mass fear at the bottom, okay, at the low of the candle. We didn't see the mass shorting at the low of the candle, right? So when we formed that failed auction, there was no reason for price to rise unless we saw new long trades coming in, okay? Because there were no short trades down here to cover if price started to rise. Now, last week I was speaking about the area between like 61,000 and like 59,000. There was a big area here where we did have a lot of new short trades that had opened, okay? And I was talking about this level, and I said, right, if we can get up into this level, right, this is literally what I was pretty much speaking about all last week, okay? If we can get up into this area here, okay, we are most likely going to come up to that value area low. Reason being, okay, is because we have lots of short traders here who are, who were very comfortable in their short trade down here. They were very comfortable because they were some really, really nice profits, right? But then as the longs started to come in, as we started to see that price rise, okay, remember last week, okay, I was saying, right, if we can get these longs into this area, we can then start to create fearful traders here. Okay, we can start to create feared short trades. Okay, because previously, they were very comfortable, they were very content in their trade. However, price came up to their entry. Right, when price comes up to their entry, now they're pulling their hair out. Now they're biting their nails. Okay, now they're a little bit worried about their decision. Okay, on shorting the market. So what a lot of them do what a lot of them will do is they will cover. Right, cover meaning buying back into the market. And initially, as they do that, it will push the price higher, and then you get to that like next major level of area where loads of shorts have come in, okay, and the exact same thing happens to them, right? They get scared out of their position, they have to buy back into the market, ultimately pushing the price higher. Okay, so initially, right, this move, okay, I wouldn't, I understand what the title is, okay, of this live stream, but I wouldn't initially call this rise towards the upside a short squeeze, right? It is quite a good rise towards the upside because we are starting to see longs coming in, right? It's just kind of like this little period here, which was a short squeeze, right? Because we did have, it was like 60 million. We can actually have a look at it as well. Let's just refresh it, make sure we are up to date, and then to make it easier for ourselves, we'll look at it on the 8-hour chart, right? So if we take a look a little bit further back, right, when we saw this big pullback here, okay, we can see in this area, right, we had 38 million new short trades coming in here, and we had 28 million new short trades coming in right here as well. So, this was a hell of a lot of short trades that have actually come in, right? This is like almost 70,000 new short trades that have come into the market at this area, right? Then what has happened, right? Well, price has actually come back up into this area, okay? And these short trades that were previously very happy in their positions, okay, are now a little bit worried. They're a little bit fearful, okay? And in this area here, you can see, we had a decrease in open interest with positive delta. We saw lots of shorts getting wrecked, coming in, possibly still not finished, right? Their positions as of yet, right? Going to have their stop loss above the high, right? So it's probably not, maybe like 64,000 when they really start to get stopped out, okay? And then we start to see, a much, much bigger short squeeze, right? But I've been saying, okay, is that this rise is actually, pretty good, right? We've seen increasing, okay? We've seen volume increasing. It's not a huge amount of volume, and it's not like a huge amount of positive delta, but it's enough. Okay, it's enough to bring us up to that value area low, right? Which I've been talking about for quite some time now, ever since we entered into this trade, right? And of course, I gave this trade setup to the team on the Visionary Discord, right? We first spoke about the long trade in the daily market update. I'm pretty sure it was. No, sorry, it was the week 28 preparation, okay? Because originally I didn't long the failed auction, okay? Originally I didn't long the failed auction because we were actually coming into the weekend, right? So for me, entering into a trade on a Friday, it's not really the best time to be entering into a trade. So I wanted to see what happened, okay, over the course of the weekend. And actually we saw a rise over the course of the weekend, and then we saw a pullback, right? And on that pullback I decided, right, okay, I am happy to take this long trade here, right? I feel comfortable in taking a long trade here. It wasn't like a huge entry, okay? It's not capital, it's not a huge amount of capital. It's not my usual capital when I'm looking for like this big swing trade, because you have to remember, okay, this is more of like a longer term swing trade, right? So, I'm not looking to put smaller capital on this. This is like a larger capital trade for myself. But initially, right, I entered into this trade with a little bit less capital than I usually do. And of course, this was the time when I was telling the team, right, that I'm entering into a light long trade, okay? I'm entering into a long trade here. This is what I was explaining to the team, right? This is when I entered into the long trade, right? And as you can see, we've seen this really, really nice rise towards the upside ever since entering into that long trade. And yes, this morning, in fact, I did actually take some profit off of the table, right? So, we did take a little short trade actually here. Okay, there was a little short trade. This was more of just a day short trade. That was, we took a TP1, moved the stop loss to entry. That was a nice risk-free trade, right? Okay, but you can see here, price is starting to rise. I'm updating the team here, right? It's in some nice profits here. Okay, I'm constantly updating the team, right? Millions of new long trades coming in, right? For me, and I was telling the team in the daily market update as well, like I do consider this quite bullish. I do consider it quite bullish because we are getting some nice longs coming into the market. I did also say that, right, okay, if we sort of lose $59,400, that's when we can get, a little bit worried because we have lots of new longs coming in. If we get below that level, then we know that the long trades are going to be offside. They're going to be underwater, right? They possibly may have to cover, which would ultimately push that price lower. Okay, but we didn't see that, right? We didn't see that. We just continued to see price rise, right? We haven't had look at this on the 12-hour. Okay, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. Okay, of course this one hasn't been completed yet. We've still got 7 hours and 45 minutes left of this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 12-hour candles, just pure green candles, right? This is just very, very bullish for me. Okay, I don't see anything bearish at this moment in time. Of course, yes, we are coming into resistance here, and we will talk about that. But at this moment in time, I just don't see anything bearish. Okay, on this rise towards the upside, I was telling the team, in the daily market updates, I was telling the team here, okay, that this is what we want to see for the long, right? This is what we want to see. We want to see new long trades coming in to push that price higher. And again, in the daily market update, I was saying, right, if we start to pull back here, we start to break below like $59,400, that's when we can get worried. That's when we can possibly like de-risk ourselves from the trade. But that never happened, so there was no need to do that. Okay, there was no need to do that whatsoever. And then today at 8:51 a.m., TP1 on the long trade, as you can see, coming into that resistance with the value area low, which, as we know, has previously acted as really strong resistance right here, where we've got this big rejection, okay, to bring us down to complete that wave 5, okay, which of course we need to talk about that as well, because we've seen this really nice rise after the wave 5 has been completed. So we all know what we can be looking for after that, an ABC correction, right? So we'll talk about that, of course. But as you can see, I've taken some really nice profit off of this trade. I can actually pull it up here as well. Taking some really nice profit off this trade. The stop loss now is at entry. Okay, I did update the team here. Yeah, stop loss is at entry. So yeah, completely risk-free trade for myself now. So I'm pretty, happy with how I'm positioned in this market at this moment in time. And I do think, right, that if we can reclaim this value area low, which as of right now we're attempting to, I honestly do think we can come up PLC and we can possibly come up to all-time high again. I've been talking about this, that I still think we can look for an all-time high. I honestly think we can still look for an all-time high. And the only way that I would kind of invalidate that all-time high is if we start to lose $43,000, right? But we're very far away from that. Okay, we are very far away from $43,000. So at this moment in time, I am not worried whatsoever. Okay, I'm not worried about having to be incredibly short on the market. Okay, I don't have that worry, because we're not at those levels that I have to think about that. Okay, of course I'm aware that we could come down there. I do understand that if we remain in this bearish market structure. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about this as well. I need to position myself that if we are going to start forming something bearish up here, where we do come in and form another lower high, right, I need to prepare myself for that, okay? Because from there, we could again be coming down to form another lower low, right? So I need to prepare myself for all scenarios. But at this moment in time, okay, the only scenario that I can see at this moment in time is bullish, right? I just don't see anything bearish at this moment in time. Of course, things can change in trading. Things can change within an instant, right? We understand that, but at this moment in time, there's just nothing bearish. Nothing bearish about this. Again, 7 consecutive green candles on the 12-hour time frame. That's just pretty bullish in my eyes, to be honest. And then we're looking at the order flow. We can see lots of new longs coming in. It's not like a considerable amount, right? But for what we've got, how the market's been so indecisive at the moment. Okay, it's good enough, right? It's good enough, and it's clearly good enough because we're getting a nice rise off of it, right? So we've had 23 million new longs here, 30 million new longs here. We've had 10 million new longs there. Okay, we had 4 million new longs there. Back here, 4.4 million, 4 million. Okay, so we've had lots of longs, 5.4, 9.4. 7.7, 14 million, 22 million. Right, on this rise, we just had really nice long trades coming in, right? Open interest, it's not had this huge increase. It's not had a huge increase whatsoever, but it has been increasing over time with positive delta kind of like increasing as well, right? You can see with the CVD. Positive delta is increasing over time. So for me, this is very bullish. I don't see anything bearish at this moment in time. But again, right, we need to kind of break above. We need to kind of break above this high up here. So we need to break above like $63,807. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking at next for Bitcoin. If we can get above this level, right, then what are we doing, right? Well, we're actually breaking this local bearish market structure that we're in. Okay, look at this continuous lower high after lower high after lower high here. Okay, it is still currently a lower high, right? We need to break this high at $63,807 to invalidate this or to break out, of this bearish market structure that we are in. Okay, until we do that, okay, I am not going to rule out the possible pullback from here. Okay, I'm not going to rule out a possible pullback from here because we need to break above we need to break out of this bearish market structure, because if we remain in the bearish market structure, okay, and we start to pull back from here, then we can be looking at a new lower low. Because remember, at the same time that we're forming this like continuous lower high after lower high after lower high, we're also forming this continuous lower low after lower low after lower low. Okay, so we need to break this trend, right? We need to break this trend to like really start to see price move again. Okay, and we understand here as well, we're going to have a lot of short stops, okay, above each one of these highs, right? So this could just be an amazing like short squeeze, possibly taking us up to all-time high. Now, initially, right, I wouldn't consider that very bullish unless we saw lots of longs coming in after the matter. But you know, initially it could take us up to all-time high, and you know, as traders, right, all we're focusing on at this moment in time is this long trade that we are in. That's all I am literally focusing on at this moment in time, right? There's no reason to be focusing on anything else other than this long trade, okay? Because this long trade is the only thing that's you know, the only way that I can, you know, extract profits from the market, right? So this is the most important thing for me at this moment in time. Okay, so another thing to be aware of is value area low, right? We're coming into that value area low. Now, I've been talking about this level for, you know, a while as well, because remember last time we came up to value area low, right? We rejected off it perfectly, right? If we go back to where we were, okay, you can see here we perfectly rejected off the value area low there, right? If we update the data, okay, you can see we are now just above, right? Just above the value area low, right? We closed on the value area low here. Now we are just above it. Now, remember, we still have like 7 hours and 40 minutes left of this candle. Okay, so this could just be, right, a little wick above it. We could then close below the value area low again. Okay, and we could reject from it, right? And yeah, we could actually see a bigger pullback for another lower low. So this is what we need to be aware of, right? This is what we need to be aware of. And this is, again, you know, why I've taken a TP1 on the long trade, right? I've taken a TP1 on the long trade and moved my stop loss to entry, meaning that there's no possible way that this trade can turn into a losing trade now. It is only going to be a profitable trade. All right, because I understand, right? I understand that price can reject from this area. This is a level of like major resistance in my eyes. Okay, we have value area low. We have this anchored VWAP from the waterfall high here, right? The waterfall high here. Okay, and throughout this whole bearish market structure that we've been in, okay, this VWAP has been pushing and pushing and pushing price down. Okay, we are now above it. Okay, we are now trying to break above. Sorry, we're now above it and trying to break, break through it. Okay, and getting that confirmed breakout of it. However, right, for me, again, it comes back to breaking that bearish market structure. We need to get above this level, break that break that bearish market structure. Okay, and then I'm happy to say, okay, right, it looks like we can go to higher prices here because we are breaking this bearish market structure, and you know there's no reason to believe that we are going to form another lower high here to come down to form another lower low. Okay, so once we break that structure, we don't have that we don't have that scenario anymore, so we wipe out that scenario. Okay, but at this moment in time, that is still a scenario, right? We front run this level. Okay, we start to see price pull back right below that value area low. We failed auction the VWAP, right? And what happens? Okay, we could actually see a much bigger correction here. Okay, and this is something, of course, that I am possibly looking at shorting as well. Yes, I'm in this long trade here, but I may enter into a short trade, okay, as like a hedged trade, okay, because I understand, right, if we form a failed auction of this VWAP, right, what are we going to have at these highs? Well, we're probably going to have a lot of trap long trades, okay? And we can actually come in and take a look. I mean, you know, at the high, there's not a considerable amount, in my opinion. You know, what have we got here? We've got, you know, around 14 million long trades here at the high. Okay, so if we start to pull back here, yes, right? Yes, okay, we will have 14 million trap traders at the high. Is that a considerable amount? Not really. Okay, it's not really a considerable amount, but you know, initially it could move the market. It could still move the market. Okay, you know, 14 million, right, trades covering that can still, right, some 14 million trades like covering in selling into the market can still push that price lower. okay? And then, it pushes the price lower. And then where do we come to, okay? We could come to this area where we then have 30 million, okay, and then 23 million, right? So we have 55 million new long trades coming in here, okay. So if we start to pull back, okay, and we get that long squeeze down there, okay, then those trades are going to be, fearful. Those trades are going to be worried, okay. They could cover, they could push that price lower, right? And it's kind of that domino effect, right, where the first lot of the long trades that start to cover, okay, force the other traders, just the other long trades at lower prices to begin to cover, right, as price comes down to their entries. Okay, that's because you have to remember right now, a lot of these long trades, pretty much all of these long trades right now, are very comfortable in their position. Okay, because they are in some really, really nice profits. Okay, they are in some really nice profits. But if they start to pull back, right, we know how retail traders work. Okay, we know, right, what their mindset is going to be, and we know that they're going to be very worried as price starts to come back to their entry. Okay, and then we see them cover, we see them sell back into the market again, pushing that price lower. Okay, so that's what we have to be aware of, and this is what I am currently monitoring in the market at this moment in time. Right, I'm monitoring this, okay, and seeing whether we form this possible failed auction. If we do, okay, this could be, this could offer us, a possible nice short trade, right, which could take us down to the new low. Okay, it could take us down to the new low, but there is something that we have to be aware of with that as well, right? There's something that we have to be aware of with that as well, okay, with a possible new low, because we may not come down and form a new low, right? Remember, what have we previously been in? Okay, what has this whole downtrend, what's this whole downtrend, sat on? Okay, it is sat on this bearish Elliott wave count, okay? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? All the way back here, okay, when we entered into the long trade here, right, we were talking about this, right? We were saying, right, this could be a wave 4, right, up here, okay, we could, end wave 4 somewhere up here, okay, we could pull back and we could form, wave 5, okay, complete wave 5. We were talking about this all the way back here. We were looking at this possible scenario, okay? You can go back to the previous live streams from like the before, like around, sort of around the 2nd of May, okay, if I'm right, the 2nd of May, okay. If you go to any live streams around there, I'm positive that I was talking about this, right? I was talking about this where we could get the rise up to complete wave 4, right, and then a pullback to wave 5, right? We've been planning this, we've been looking at this for a very, very long time, right? And that finally played out. Okay, we finally saw, right, wave 5 being completed, right? But then what have I also been talking about as well, right? What have I also been talking about? I've been also talking about that ABC correction, right? Let's see if I still got the analysis on here actually. No, I think I've deleted it, but I can just quickly draw it on, right? This ABC correction. Okay, this is something that we could be looking at now, right? And again, we're going back to this possible short trade, right? Of course, it's not confirmed that I take this short trade here, okay? But if there is a short trade from here, remember, okay, we're looking for this ABC correction. So although, okay, we could be looking for, the end of wave 5 to be taken out again, so come down to $53,253. Okay, yes, that's a possibility, but then we need to also understand, okay, we've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bearish count. What tends to happen after that? Well, we tend to see an ABC correction, okay, whether that be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish count or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bearish count. What we tend to see is an ABC correction, okay. We've seen that exact thing after this bullish count here, right? The chart's going to get very messy at the moment. I do apologize, okay, but we had the wave 1, we had the wave 2, we had the wave 3, we had the wave 4, and we had the wave 5 here. Okay, this is another Elliott wave count that we were looking at. Okay, what happened after that, right? Well, we had the A, B, C correction. Okay, we had an ABC correction, right? So we're expecting this. We're kind of expecting this, ABC correction from here. So, if we do pull back from here. Again, I'm not getting incredibly bearish, okay? Because I do understand, right? I do understand we can actually look at this as an ABC correction, right? So I don't want to get, I don't want to get, again, I don't want to be like a retail trader. I don't want to get scared out of a position, okay? I want to be prepared for all scenarios and I want to take advantage of every scenario, right? So if we do see a short trade setup here, I will take the short trade setup, okay? And I will look to short this down to possibly the end of wave B, right? Whether we come down further and we just completely, we just completely obliterate that possible ABC correction, right? And we go for lower prices, great, right? I've positioned myself in such a way to profit off of that because I will be looking for that short trade possibly here. Okay, so it all comes down to like context, right? We understand what the context is. We understand, okay, we're looking for this ABC correction, but then we need to draw out all the other scenarios that could possibly play out as well, right? Because remember, right, we're still in this bearish market structure. Okay, we're still in the bearish market structure locally, yeah, and not even just locally as well, but on the broader time frame as well. Okay, this is still classed as bearish market structure. Okay, technically, we're going to be in this bearish market structure until we can break above $72,000. Okay, 72,100. Yeah, so let's call it $72,000. Okay, so we could still be in bearish market structure until we break $72,000. Okay, locally, yes, we can be in bullish market structure like we are now, but this is very locally. Okay, locally here, we're bearish. Okay, broader time frame, we are bearish. Okay, locally here, we are bullish. Okay, so yes, right, this local bullish market structure that we are in can continue, and we can then start to break the bearish market structures on the lower time frames, right? I.e., this bearish market structure here, we can get above 63,800, right? Great, we can break that bearish market structure. Okay, then we need to look for $72,000 to break the broader time frame bearish market structure, right? So you need to remember context. Okay, context right now is still bearish. Okay, but then we have the other scenario, okay, with which is giving us a little bit of a different context, okay, which is the ABC correction, right? But initially, okay, we have to also combine them together, right? Where's the ABC correction going to take us? Well, the ABC is probably not going to take us to all-time high, okay? I wouldn't, it's a possibility, yes. I wouldn't expect the ABC correction to take us to all-time high, okay? I wouldn't expect it. Okay, so if we do complete this ABC correction, there is still, again, that possibility that we remain in that bearish market structure. Okay, we could see wave C end at the POC. We know POC is strong resistance. Okay, we could see wave C end at value area high. We know value area high is strong resistance as well. Okay, and if we see that and we start to see a pullback from there, okay, we have to remember what the context is. The context is bearish, right? Because we are in this bearish market structure. Okay, we are in the bearish market structure. All right, and then you can get into I'm getting a little bit too far ahead here, but then you can get into right. If we're looking at this, we can look at if we're looking at an ABC correction, we can start to look at we can start to look at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish candle. Okay, and that's exactly what I did here, right? Because initially this, right, 1, 2, 3 was actually an ABC, okay, off of this much bigger bullish market, Elliott wave, okay, this much bigger bullish Elliott wave, right? Then, once wave 3 was completed, then we're thinking to ourselves, okay, right, this could actually be a wave 4 to then complete wave 5, right? So, we need to walk through all the scenarios, right? All the scenarios in our head, okay? And, looking at it right now, right, yes, we're in this long trade. It's a really nice, profitable long trade. Yes, okay, we can be looking for higher prices, right? But we need to understand the levels, right, that we need to break, okay, to continue going to higher prices, right? And that is, breaking 63,800 more locally, right, to break that bearish market structure that we are in, on this waterfall downtrend here. Okay, we can get above that. Okay, yes, then I'm confident in saying, right, POC, is looking like a likely target. Okay, if we can get above POC at 67,000, okay, then we're looking at value area high as a likely target. Okay, but again, where we are now, right, we're still in bearish market structure. So if we can't get above this level, right, we can be looking for a pullback. Okay, and we can be possibly looking for that short trade, right? Where there, we have loads of decisions, okay, to make. There's just always so many decisions to make, which is really, really hard. But again, to be successful in these markets, you need to understand every single scenario. Okay, you need to understand the scenarios. Okay, I understand the scenarios here, and I understand. Yes, I'm in a nice long trade, right? But I can't expect I can't expect price to continue to rise, right? I can't expect that. Okay, because I understand that price is still locally bearish, right? Okay, so I understand, right? If we're not going to break levels, okay, I have to still remain bearish locally, right? Because very locally, yes, I am bullish here, right? I am bullish on this move up, okay? However, right, I'm still bearish on this until, like I said, we get above 63,800, okay? And I'm still very bearish on this, okay, until we get above 72,000, right? So we have to just remember that, okay? If price does pull back, I understand, yes, we can have that ABC correction, okay? We can be looking for that, okay? So of course, I'm going to be looking for bullish cases down here, right? Bullish impulses down there, right? So I'm going to pull, a fib, right? I'm going to pull a GP 786, okay? Have we got naked point of controls down there? That's what I want to be, I want to be knowing, have we got support down there, okay? Where are the naked point of controls here? I want to be looking at the naked point of controls, and I can see, right, we've got some naked point of controls down there. So there is some support down there, right? And then I want to look, if we do get this pullback, right, do we have absorption coming into that level, right? Do we have that absorption, okay? If I see all of that, right, then I'm thinking to myself, right, okay, we're looking okay here. We're looking like we're looking at all of this selling pressure into the market being absorbed. Okay, so in my eyes, this is actually considered quite bullish, right? And then we can be looking at, okay, this could be where wave B is ending, right? Maybe we can enter into a new long trade down here. Let's say I get stopped out of the long that I'm currently in, okay? Because as you can see, that GP 786 comes in to where my entry is. So maybe I'll look for a new long trade there. Okay, and I'll look to take that up to form, to complete that wave C. Okay, to complete that wave C, which is here. Okay, so that's what I can be looking at, right? So again, just acknowledging all of these scenarios. Okay, acknowledging what what's most likely to play out if said if said scenario plays out. Okay, at this moment in time, okay, I am just waiting, okay, because this is a very crucial level. I'm just waiting to see whether we break this bearish market structure that we are in. Okay, if we break that, great, we can look for higher prices. Okay, if we can't and we start to pull back, we fail auction the VWAP, right? Then I understand, okay, we have trap longs at the high. They could cover, push the price lower, push it down into that area where even more long trades are, right? Those could cover, and that's when we could see that bigger pullback, right? Then we could start to see shorts opening, right? And then we have to determine, okay, are these shorts being absorbed at the support? If they're not, right, then we're probably going to come down for lower. But if they are, okay, maybe we can look to enter into a new long trade if we've been stopped out of this long trade here because, my stop loss is at entry, or do we just add to the trade if we don't get stopped out of this? Okay, do we add to the trade, right? So of course there are many decisions to be had, right? But again, we just always have to be aware of every single scenario to just ensure that you are prepared for every single thing that plays out. Okay, you just got to be prepared for that. So yeah, for me, the two crucial levels locally are 63,800. We get above that, right? I'm happy to look for at least. Yeah, to be honest, at least like 65,250. We understand mid-range does act as resistance, so we have to be aware of that as well. But kind of like POC is that main target at like 67,000. If we can get above that, great. Okay, 71,300 is the next target that I'm kind of looking at, right? If we can't break this structure, right, then I'm thinking to myself, right, are we looking at this as an ABC correction? Are we going to have a slight pullback here to complete wave B? And can I take advantage of this by entering into a short trade? That's kind of like what my mindset is right now. We break above this, I remain long and chill. Okay, if we start to pull back, we form the failed auction, right? Then I can shift my mindset a little bit. Okay, maybe we're going to have a little bit of a pullback here. Maybe this is just wave B. Okay, so let's just get a little hedge in. Let's just protect my trade a little bit. Okay, and enter into a short trade here. Okay, great, right? If we pull back and we come back to that target that we kind of have at that GP 786 area, where we're then possibly looking for a long trade, great. We can close that short trade. We can open a new long trade or add to the long trade, okay, and possibly take that higher, right? If there's no long trade to be had there, we're looking very bearish. Great, we can continue to ride that short trade much lower. Okay, so again, just preparing yourself for every single scenario. Okay, that's what I like to do. Okay, a lot of the time, okay, not so much recently because price has literally just been going down, but a lot of the time, okay, you will see me in a lot of the and any of the visionary members, you will know as well. A lot of the time I can be in, really nice long trades, but at the same time in really nice short trades. Okay, that's kind of how I like to be positioned in the market. I like to be long and short at the same time. For me, that is a really, really good position to be in. Okay, especially after you've taken a TP1 and moved that stop loss to entry, because then you're just in two completely risk-free trades. You don't care where price is going to go. Okay, all you know is wherever it goes, you're going to profit off of it either way. Okay, price goes up, right? Your short gets stopped out at entry. You've already taken a TP1. The long continues to pay, and vice versa. Okay. So right now, if we do start to see price pull back here, and I do look for that short trade, okay, I'm happy in that position. We start to see a bigger pullback. We take a TP1 on that, move the stop loss to entry. That is just an amazing position to be in, right? And then of course I have to also be aware, right? I can get stopped out at the long, and then I may have to re-enter the long trade right down here, because of course we could see absorption into those major levels of support. Okay, so yeah, very, very key levels that I've just gone through right there. In my eyes, okay, these are the things that I am remaining aware of. These are the things that I am focusing on at this moment in time. These are my key levels, okay, because again, I'm understanding, right, we're in this bearish market structure. We've had this Elliott wave count, right, which should now lead to an ABC correction, okay, which is initially bullish, right? It is initially bullish, but then the context is actually bearish. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to break that bearish context in order to see this bullish, bullish case scenario play out. Okay, and again, there's a lot of context here, because we've got initial context is quite bearish. I understand that, but then what we have to also remember is, right, this is a range. Okay, we're at range low, right? From range low, we're kind of expected to go up to or near range high. Okay, and I say near range high because we are then in that bearish market structure. So it's a little bit of a difficult, range, okay, because we do have bearish market structure within a range, and you don't really tend to see that. Okay, so it is the context is a little bit harder in this, but yeah, right now we're coming up to 63,800. We're getting ever so close to it. So yeah, let's see whether we front run it or not. If we can get above that, right, then I can say, right, we're breaking this bearish market structure locally that we are in. Right, we can look for higher prices here. So yeah, those are kind of like the key levels at this moment in time. I've just seen, let me pull up the chat. I can see we've got some comments coming in. Damien, good to see you back, my friend. Good to see you back. Waiting on my bearish bat to play out, but bull want to take control of the 0.886, 63,400 right now. Might be good to might be a good short. Just waiting. For me, this morning there was an aggressive short trade from the value area low and the anchored VWAP. For me, I didn't take again. I say this a lot. I don't take like the really aggressive approach. I like to wait to see when traders are possibly trapped. I like to just wait for a little bit of confirmation. I don't wait for too much confirmation, because then I believe you've missed the trade. Right? I just like to wait for a little bit of confirmation before entering into the trade. But yeah, again, this morning I was thinking, right, this could be a nice aggressive short trade. I didn't take it, and again, I'm quite happy I didn't take it, and this is why I always wait for a little bit of confirmation. But yeah, I mean, let's go. I think I saved that bearish bat here. Yeah. So this is what you were looking at, wasn't it? You were looking at it on the 1 hour time frame, I believe. So let's have a look. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, for me, like it does line up. Like it does line up kind of with possibly the ABC correction, right? So we are in, okay, the A stage, right? We're in the A wave, okay? And yeah, I mean, like if this bearish bat does play out, right, of course, we can be looking at that as like, end of wave B, right? We can be looking at that as end of wave. That takes us down possibly to end of wave B, because of course we do have a lot of support coming in down here. So then that could take us back up, or this bearish back could just take us to a new low, right? Okay, a new lower low, which wouldn't be great. But yeah, at this moment in time, I'm not interested in entering into a short trade. I'm just not interested in the short trade yet. Yeah, I just don't see anything bearish at this moment in time. If I do start to see bearish, like some bearish signs coming into the market, of course, right, I'll take advantage of that. But I just don't see the bearish. I just don't see anything bearish about this yet. We're breaking above value area low. Okay, for me, that's a sign of a very big sign of strength. So yeah, I'm just not considering the short trade yet. I'm not considering it yet. But it is a possibility if we start to see price pulling back a little bit. Okay, then maybe I can make that decision of, okay, right, let's protect this long trade a little bit and look for that short trade. Okay, I'm still long from 55,500. Have a target hit 63. Okay, profit, then next POC, then 73 last target. Yes, I remember that was an amazing short trade from yourself there. $55,500. You got a better entry on that than I did as well. But yeah, that was a really nice long trade from yourself. And yeah, I mean, those are the levels that I've been taking profit at, to be honest, as well. So POC, that's going to be another take profit of mine, 67,000. And then I'll probably look to take profit at 71,300, just at value area high, because I understand that we're still in the bearish market structure. So I'll just be happy to take profit up there. It's just going to be an amazing long trade if we do see price going up there. So I'm more than happy to take a lot of profit off of the table up there. And then of course I'd like to leave a little bit left in to see if we do break all-time high and we see maybe a huge pump up to 80k. It'd be nice to have a long trade from down here and take that up to 80k, but we'll have to see how that plays out, of course. So yeah, POC is like the next TP for me. That is my next take profit as well. And then I'm looking at like value area high. People might get short squeezed higher, driving price higher. Now exactly right. We understand, like I said at the start, there's going to be a lot of short stop losses above these highs here. So it's going to be, again, that domino effect that we talked about, right? We're just going to come into those stops, right? And we're just going to come into those shorts, okay? And it's probably just going to squeeze all of those shorts out, because remember, they were very, very comfortable in their short trades, right? And it's not even like shorts that are getting stopped out, right? It's any shorts here that haven't really taken major profits, and they're starting to see price rise back up to their entry, okay? And then they're thinking to themselves, oh, right, I've missed the take profit here. We're coming back. We're going to stop it. We're going to stop my trade out. Okay. So, they want to take some profits out of the market. It's not as profitable as it previously was. Okay. But, they want to extract some profits from the market. So they start to close their short trades, let's say now. Okay. And then of course, then they're buying back into the market, pushing the price higher. So, I don't see, I see that. I mean, I see that as well, right? If we come into all of these possible stops up here, it's probably just going to be a short squeeze up. And I mean, that's not really very bullish in my eyes. If we get a short squeeze up, say we get a short squeeze up to all-time high, I'd actually be favoring a short trade from there, because again, this is a weak rise up if we get a short squeeze up. Okay, at this moment in time, I like the rise. Okay, we have been increasing. Open interest has been increasing. Okay, we have seen positive delta increasing as well, right? So over time, all of this is increasing, right? So at this moment in time, it's a good rise. Okay, I can't, we've had a bit of a short squeeze. I understand that. Remember, at that level where, we had like lots of short trades open up. Okay, we've had a little bit of a short squeeze, but initially, this has been a very good rise. Okay, and as you can see here, if we go into the lower time frame here, we're still continuing to rise right now. So we're still continuing to rise right now. Great for that long trade. Okay, again, If we break above this high here at 63,800-ish, okay, great, right? We've broken this local bearish market structure. We can go higher. We can be looking for the mid-range. We can be looking for the POC. We get above those levels, okay, we can be looking for value area high. Just amazing, right? So it's just all about patience right now. All about patience. I just don't see anything bearish. I just don't see anything bearish right now. And even if it is a short squeeze up, okay, I don't see anything bearish about that until we get up to major resistance. Okay, then that's when I start to consider, okay, maybe this is getting a little bit bearish. Okay, because we're not seeing the new long trades coming in. We're eventually going to run out of short trades to stop out, right? If you run out of short trades to stop out, then there's no new buys coming into the market. If there's no new buyers coming into the market, price is most likely going to drop. Okay, again, you want to see when you see a long squeeze or when you see a short squeeze after it finishes, okay, you want to see the continuation with longs or shorts, like new longs coming in or new shorts coming in, right? If you don't get that, you most likely see price reverse. And that's why I say a lot of the time to the team, like if it's a weak rise and we don't start to see any new positions coming in, we're most likely going to see price actually give that move back, okay? Because, again, a weak rise up, tends to end into a strong move down, or a weak move down tends to result in a strong move up. That's what we tend to see. If that happens, the price hasn't built any structure and just grinding up, stopping every exactly. That's it. Yeah, no structure. That's a perfect way to put it. Exactly. It's not building any structure whatsoever. It's just going up. The price would just be going up for no real like strong positive reason. That's a good way to put it, like positive reason, right? There's no positivity in the market. It's just traders getting stopped out, which is not a great way to see price move. We've seen it time and time again. 74 to 75 could be a godly short. Yeah, exactly. All-time high. Again, I'll be looking to short all-time high. I will be looking to short all-time high again. I remember a while back, I went through all of the short trades that I took in this area here because we were making continuous all-time high after all-time high after all-time high after all-time high, and I shorted the all-time high 6 times. And 6 of those trades were profitable trades, okay? And that was literally, it was like day trading it, okay? It wasn't really scalp trading it. It was more of like day trades, right? But I was shorting the all-time high, okay? We saw price pull back. I'd take a TP1, TP2, move the stop loss to entry, right? And then we saw price come back up for another all-time high, and it was another swing failure. It was just swing failure pattern after swing failure pattern after swing failure pattern. And I took 6 short trades, okay? I won't go through it again because, I can't remember what live stream it was. I won't remember, but I literally went through the Discord and we went through every single short trade, and it was just literally the same setup after the same setup after the same setup. It was literally just a simple swing value pattern of the all-time high, because we understood that everybody was just getting incredibly bearish here. We were seeing lots of longs opening up. Of course, we had that final one that turned into that really nice pullback here. And then we came up for the B, the wave B, and then we had the amazing short trade from there to come all the way down for the for the end of for the B to complete wave B, and then we saw the big short trade that we took from there all the way down to complete wave C. That was really nice from up there. But again, it's just a simple range, isn't it? Right? It's just a simple range. Okay. If we're going to come back up here, we failed auction, we swing value pattern, I'm going to take the short trade, right? I'm going to take the short trade. No hesitation there. Absolutely no hesitation. I will take the short trade. I did hesitate a little bit on this long trade. I did hesitate a little bit only because we were coming into the weekend when we formed the failed auction. So if we come into the weekend and we do this, right, then I may hesitate just a little bit. I'll hold off until like Sunday evening. That's kind of what I did with this. I held off just a little bit. I wanted to see what was happening when the volatility started to kick in a little bit. And then I was happy to enter into the trade, okay? But we're still rising. We're still rising here. So are we going to break? We're getting very close, okay? We're getting very close to possibly breaking that bearish market structure, which would be absolutely amazing for the long trade. Oh, wow. just had 18 million new long trades coming into the market, right? 18 million new long trades coming in. That's a lot of long trades coming in. That's good. That's what we want to see, right? But we want to see that continue, right? We don't want to start to see that pull back. If that starts to see pull back, then we have 18 million trap traders at the high. So yeah, we need to be cautious here, right? But yeah, this is initially bullish, right? 18 million new long trades coming in. Yeah, again, like I was saying earlier, I just don't see anything bearish about this at this moment in time. Yeah, I know, Damien, you're talking about that bearish bat, and to be honest, like I'm not even interested in shorting this. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm just not interested in shorting this whatsoever. I think it's really, really bullish. Of course, if we do start to pull back here, right? I understand, yes, right. Then that starts to get bearish, right? I start to flip my my mindset a little bit and think, okay, right, this could be quite bearish, right? And this is kind of what I'd look for. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need the price to continue. Otherwise, we have 18 million. So yeah, this is literally like kind of what I'm about to get onto, right? If we start to fail auction this, if we do start to fail auction this, right, then we understand what were we talking about earlier? We had 13 million new long trades coming in, right? Now we've got another 18 million, right? So there are a lot of long trades now at this high. Okay, so we need to, yeah, like Damien said, right, we need to keep this going. We need the market, we need the traders to keep this going, right? We need this to keep going. Otherwise, yeah, we could see them getting wrecked. You put it perfectly there. But now the bat is negative the power of the bulls. Yeah, it is looking very bullish at this moment in time. But again, you haven't really invalidated it yet. You haven't really broken above the high yet, so it hasn't really been completely invalidated. So yeah, like you said there, Damien, going back to the 18 million, and that's not even all of them, right? Remember we had here we had, where are we? Were we looking at this? Let's go on to it's a little bit easier to see here. Yeah, so we've got 10 million new longs coming in here. We've got 14 million new longs coming in here. 22 million new longs in this single 1 8-hour candle here. Okay, and let's bring up the net longs as well. Just look how many longs are opening up. Look how many longs are opening up on this rise up. So yeah, there are a lot of longs opening up. So yeah, it can get. We're seeing lots of shorts getting wrecked. We are seeing a lot of shorts getting wrecked. But initially, right, this is bullish. But if we start to pull back from here, that's when it can get bearish, right? That is when it can get bearish. So yeah, we do have to remain a little bit cautious here. And then that's when we can be looking at this short trade, right? So this is the A. This could take us down for the B, right? Then maybe we get into a long trade down at the end of wave B, okay, to take us up for that wave C, right? That's what we could be looking at, right? So that would be really, really nice if we could see that. But yeah, maybe, okay, if we just see new longs coming in, maybe it takes us higher, right? We see the pullback maybe a little bit further up. Okay, let's say we get the pullback at POC. Okay, we see a pullback here, and then we come back up here. So the ABC correction is bigger, more impulsive, and possibly takes us to all-time high. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. The next hour is going to be crucial for Bitcoin. Yes, 100%, especially with all these new long trades at the high. Okay, because at the moment this is the high, right? We've got new longs at the high. So we need to see that continue for it to remain bullish. Okay, otherwise, yeah, it does get very bearish. Okay, so yeah, this is a very, very crucial time for Bitcoin at this moment in time. But yeah, again, I literally, yeah, this trade. Yeah, I told the team here. When did I? This was the 7th of July, Sunday, the 7th of July. okay, at 6:54 p.m. Right, you can look at the timestamp there. So yeah, 0707 2024, 6:54, and you can look at the timestamp on here as well, 7th of July 2024, 7. Well, yeah, I took the screenshot at 7:51. So yeah, literally like three minutes before I put it into here. Okay, was yeah, when I took that long trade, right? And then I told the team, of course, that I took that long trade as well. And yeah, and it's just yeah, absolutely amazing. As you can see here, we're looking at that ABC correction possibly as well. So of course, it's not like how I've drawn this ABC correction. That's not how it's going to look. Of course, it's just like we're just using this as an example, right? The timestamps for the price stamps for that is irrelevant. Okay, it's just like a scenario that we are looking at. Okay, it is a scenario we are looking at. What I would be interested to see is, again, where are these? Yeah, so we need to start seeing more longs coming in to see price continue higher. If we're going to start pulling back here, that's 17 million here, 17 million longs that will be underwater. Then we come down to more longs down here. So yeah, we need to keep this bullish structure going. But yeah, if I start to see, the bearish signs, okay, I'll be looking for that short trade, and I'll be thinking, okay, this is the end of wave A possibly, right? We could come down here, finish wave B, and then go higher from there. Okay, so we can look for a possible long trade down here maybe. So yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out, right? We'll have to see how this plays out. But right now, the long trade is doing really, really well, right? The long trade is doing really, really well. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how I'm positioned in the market at this moment in time. So yeah, I will probably leave that there. I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. Let's have a quick look at the ES. Yeah, ES is still up there, right? Nothing to be worried about there. Of course, Ethereum is following Bitcoin as well. And of course, I actually talked about that Ethereum long trade. Okay, I forgot who mentioned it, right? But I said, if we were to get above this VWAP here, this could be a really nice long trade on Ethereum, okay? And, we're seeing that really nice rise there. And I was looking at the stop being below this low. Yes, we did come close to it, but we didn't stop the trade out initially. But yeah, this would have been a really nice long trade on Ethereum as well. So yeah, I can't remember who put that in the chat, but someone wanted me to look at Ethereum. So yeah, that's kind of what I was saying, right? I was saying this could offer a nice long trade if we come back above the anchored VWAP, and of course that has turned out to be a really, really nice long trade on Ethereum. So yeah, that's done quite well as well. Of course, Bitcoin has been that driver for that. So yeah, I think I will leave that there. I've been live for over an hour now. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody who has been here. Thank you, everybody that has put your input into the chat as well. Damien, as always, it's really good to see you here. Thank you for your input. Yeah, love the input you put in. It's always very valuable. So yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, anybody else has been watching, anybody that's smashed that thumbs up button, thank you very much. If you haven't, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button or make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Damien says ETH ETF coming out this week or end of the month. The FOMO should kick in. Yes, yeah. That's going to be that's probably going to push the market higher, and then we're probably going to see a sell off after that as well. It's like what do they say? Buy the rumor. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's kind of what it is. So yeah, thank you very much, Jamie. Good to see you. Good to see you here as well. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for smashing that thumbs up button. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for that daily market. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next live stream, and for any Visionary members, of course, I'll be active in the Visionary Discord as always, and of course, daily market update will be tomorrow morning as well. But yeah, if you want access to the Discord, okay, the free Discord, second link in the description, and then if you want access to like the Visionary Discord, that's the first link in the description. So yeah, once again, thank you very much. Looking forward to